Many thanks for staying with us. We'll begin in Abuja, where the U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken has arrived at the presidential villa and is meeting with President Bola Tinubu. TVC News gathered that due to the late arrival, his convoy went straight to the villa to meet up with a 6 p.m. appointment with President Bola Tinubu. Antony Blinken will address the media immediately after meeting with the president. Mr. Blinken will depart Abuja at about 10 p.m. for Lagos, where he will meet with business owners and other non-governmental organizations before departing for Angola on Wednesday night. Nigeria is the third country he is visiting on his Africa tour, aimed at building better bilateral relations and partnership with the African continent. Well, TVC News State House correspondent Femi Akonde is live for us in Abuja. Femi, bring us up to speed on Antony Blinken's visit and its significance. All right, we'll get back to Femi for more on the visit of the U.S. Secretary of State. We'll be back in Abuja for more stories, but in the meantime, let's turn our attention to Plateau State, where a 24-hour curfew has been imposed on Mango Council area following a clash between some herders and a native, resulting in killings and the burning of houses and property. For now, motorists plying the highway within the Mango Council area have been warned to stay away from the area until security improves. Funam Joshua reports.
Residents of Mango Town in the Mango Council area of Plateau State woke up to another sad news of killings and burning of properties following an alleged misunderstanding between some cattle rearers and a native. A 24-hour curfew imposed in the state by the state governor is fully active. Motorists plying the highways within the Mango Council area have also cautioned to stay away for their safety until security improves.
Yes, it became necessary to impose the curfew because of the level of damages that is going on in Mango. And so we want to implore the people of Plateau State, everybody should remain calm. Anybody that was intending to travel along that route should shelve that journey for now until you receive further directives as to how safe that route is. We should cooperate with security agencies, pass relevant and correct information, because that's normally, don't give us sentimental information, please.
There's presently a curfew in Mango because of the little ish that happened in the houses today. There was a little skirmish of attack in some parts of that particular area. And by the grace of God, our very alert police officers and special forces repel fire effectively. And I can also assure you that there are casualties on the side of the assailants.
Residents are advised to stay indoors and allow the security operatives to perform their duty of maintaining law and order. Funam Joshua, TVC News, Jos.
Back to our earlier story about the U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken, who is in Nigeria on a visit. Our State House correspondent Femi Akonde is standing by in the nation's capital for more. Femi, tell us more about the visit of Mr. Blinken and its significance for Nigeria.
Yes, Ambassador, the U.S. Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, arrived here in the presidential villa about 7 minutes ago. He was received by President Bola Tinubu when his entourage drove to the forecourt of the presidential villa, and he was welcomed there by President Bola Tinubu. You know, this is very significant for Nigeria, considering the long-standing relationship between Nigeria and the United States of America. And you also know that Nigeria is the largest export destination of the U.S. in sub-Saharan Africa. A lot of goods from the U.S. get into Nigeria, from automobile to even consumables, and Nigeria exports gas and crude oil to the United States of America. But you know, they are looking at building this long-standing relationship, expanding ties between the two countries. The U.S. is looking at supporting Nigeria in providing military hardware and also some kind of intelligence and training for Nigeria's armed forces and security agencies to help the country in the fight against terrorism and all other forms of insecurity that troubles not just Nigeria now, but other countries within the Sahel and the sub-Saharan African region, from Mali down to Burkina Faso, and also in the Gulf of Guinea, the sea piracy in the Gulf of Guinea. The U.S. is looking at supporting Nigeria with the necessary resources in terms of equipment, tools, and even finance to ensure that Nigeria is able to play that role of pulling other countries along to ensure that security in all of these areas is important, because the U.S. is looking at increasing its investment in West Africa and indeed Nigeria, and they are particularly concerned about the security situation in this area, and that is why they are now showing interest in ensuring that Nigeria steps up to the plate and give Nigeria all it takes to step up to the plate and nip all of the insecurity within the border from the Lake Chad region and on the fringes in the board. Ambassador.
Indeed, and we look forward to what we'll be hearing after that meeting with the President, Bola Tinubu. Thank you very much, Femi Akonde, for us in Abuja. Well, let's return to Jos Plateau State, where 8 lawmakers duly recognized as members of the Plateau State House of Assembly held their first plenary session for the year outside the State Assembly complex. The 16 sacked PDP state lawmakers made real their threat to resume official duty despite the court order against them. They came with their